We are recording. I might move this back here a little bit so it's not like in the front of anybody. There we go, and as always, we put that up on YouTube, so when people miss the meeting, we'll probably have some more people joining, and I'll take some breaks and admit them into the room. With the fog, I'm sure we have several people, and again, as always, big thing is trying to, let me make sure my butt is not to the computer, make sure that, they actually teach you that in Navy instructor schools, like never put your butt and raise the board like this, because it makes your butt wiggle, and the students, I used to do it on purpose, I'm like, this is what they told me not to do. And then the A school students, they start laughing, a bunch of 18, 19-year-olds, so we gotta break up the others. Anywho, so again, as always, trying to make sure that we have transparency. There we go. Hey, Paulette.
Hi, let me see if I can get unmuted.
You are unmuted. We can hear
Okay.
you just fine.
All right.
All right, cool. I'm gonna turn this just a little bit, and then everyone say hi to Karen, Debbie, and Paulette.
Hi guys.
Hi, everybody.
And then also, it'll be up on YouTube, so when we're all done, make sure that we, okay, I thought so, that people can watch it if they need to. So, welcome to our general meeting. I did send out the agenda ahead of time. So, old business, Felipa, if you want to go, we'll go ahead and clock. We have 6:32 for a start time. We'll go ahead and kick off with reading the last meeting's minutes.
Okay.
Tasha is going to join. She was driving in the fog trying to get home, and she will do the treasurer's report. Take it away, Felipa.
All right. I hope everybody can hear me. I'm not reading the minutes word for word because as I looked at them again, I realized, geez, 3 pages single spaced.
Wow.
I'm a bit too much of a novelist. So I picked out 10 of the most important points to kind of recap. The first, we began with, because it was a January meeting, we began with an introduction to new members and sort of a general overview. One of the points that was made early on, though, was that our treasurer's tenure is going to be up this year. It's a 3-year limit, and so Gretchen asked for people to think about that, and please come forth and be able, and you're able, but please be willing to help if that's something you can do. The treasurer's report was distributed. We were told that there was $13,275 on hand, and that we were still eligible for $25,000 in credit. The Truist Bank account closing was also confirmed, and the account was to be switched over to the town bank. One of the things that Tasha brought up at that point when we were talking about fundraising and the basic costs of everything we're going to need early on, Tasha asked members to be careful and to log in the time that they use to volunteer. The reason being that this is a quantifiable something of value, and when we're looking for additional funding, we want to be able to say that over the course of a year our members donate 2,500 hours, etc. So it's an important thing, and we all agreed that a Google Doc would be created so that everyone could log their time in on common. We also invited people to help with the writing of a blocker grant, because the blocker grant would be due, it's I believe February 27th of this month. I've done some research on that. I've spoken to the foundation, so I want to talk a little bit about that in another point. So I followed up on that for you. 2 of the first committee meetings were announced. Gina Busby announced the first meeting of the scholarship committee. That would be on 25th, and then the first meeting of the festival committee was also announced for the 27th. We talked about the plans for the holiday market, and the holiday market is done in November. We are still looking for a venue at that point, and we were told, however, that 3 separate pieces could be submitted to it. In addition, another opportunity to display work is going to be provided at Centera Hospital's cancer ward. At the time, no official guidelines were given to us, but we were all reminded that the work you submit should be most uplifting and cheerful because
Do
of,
we have a date on that?
February 28th is the last day for submitting.
Thank
Yep.
you.
oh, okay.
Didn't
Do
they
you
have
have
a
that-
size requirements that they wanted pretty large
They want it
stuff?
bigger.
Yeah.
Bigger is better.
I didn't note that, if there was a
Okay.
size, bigger is better. Okay, next.
Did they have a contact?
Hey, Tasha.
Oh,
I'll send it, if you need to see it, I'll send it out. We sent it a while back. It was there's a PDF for submitting to the
Okay.
Brock Center. If you don't
Okay.
have it and you want it, I'll, shoot me an email, I'll send it back.
Okay.
It's Stacy, Catsius. Stacy's the one that's the contact.
Yeah, I don't have her contact,
For the
but I know who
hospital,
she is,
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll send it to you, Jen.
Okay, thank you.
The opportunity to display work at the TCC Visual Arts Center on Bausch Street in College Place was also announced to us, and applications would be, they'll accept applications on the 16th of March. And the CVAA will have the entire gallery, which is great. The organization, the TCC Visual Arts Center staff, I guess, is going to collect a 33% commission on any work. You pay a $50 entry fee, but the commission is going to cover the cost of handling payments, taxes, helping with advertising, basically all the tedious kind of admin work. Before we adjourn the formal meeting, Gretchen reminded people about 2 activities. One being some field trips that are planned, and then the other one being a book club that would be forming. And in fact, the book club did form, and then our first field trip is planned for the 23rd, which is this Sunday.
22nd.
Is that the 22nd? I'm sorry,
22nd.
There are the salient points of the minutes. If anybody would really like this 3-page single space, I'll email it to you.
How many people did we have at that last meeting, do we know?
I counted, as a matter of fact, I believe I counted 21, but I think we only got 15 or 16 signatures, so it bothered me that
Yeah, I
we
thought we
just
had
couldn't get.
over 20.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did. In fact, I wrote.
We had several that were online.
Right, and I don't know how to capture the online.
I just got them, so
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But
we
last
just need
month
to-
I was wondering.
before they log off, we just need to make sure we get everybody's info.
Okay.
Alright, motion to accept the minutes. Okay, seconded.
Second.
All in favor?
I.
Any nays?
Hi.
Hey,
Must be-
Dino.
Hey.
Okay, so the minutes have been accepted and entered into the record. Tasha, you ready to do treasurer? Tasha?
I haven't seen it yet. Okay. It's been laying right there on the table.
She might not have heard me.
There we go. I'm like, I couldn't figure out, I'm trying to figure some sense. Okay.
Alright, you are on, everyone
I
can
was
hear you.
trying to figure out how to share screen.
I think I have a hard time seeing it, so if you just go ahead and talk through it and then we can send it out.
Okay. All right, on the treasurer's report, treasurer's accounts are now all closed. Got all that closed on February 5th. So, main account, all 3 accounts, the main, the art show, the scholarship account, and as well as all 3 credit cards. There we go. There, everything's closed, everything has been transferred over to Town Bank now, the final amounts that we had left in there. So with Town Bank, we also got our checks in the mail. We have checks for the main account and the Fall Art Festival account. We do not get checks for the student account, but when the checks that came in, they had the student account attached to the check. So we had to swap the accounts, 2 of the accounts. We had to swap the art festival with the scholarship account because they voted for the wrong account. So, and then we transferred some monies around to make sure that it was balanced, accordingly. And the main account, now has $9,625.49. $277 is pending for payments and we'll put both storage. Our scholarship account has $1,903.53. And our Fall Art Festival account has $1,568.23. We have one credit card, with the account and with a $25,000 credit limit, and we don't have any balance we owe on that. What else? We got all that was, so total with Town Bank right now is $13,097.25. And I had sent these to you too, Philippa, so you can note in there some changes in there. I'll put your name in there in the report.
Okay.
I had one outstanding check that was from the fall art show that we've been chasing for months. And I finally got a hold of her and she deposited and cashed a check, so that's cleared. And that was $100 that was
No, that was
outstanding.
Alexandra.
And we got that cleared before we had to close. That was attached to the Truist Bank. So we got that cleared out the way, before that happened. And Felipe, you can note too, please, that I officially changed my last name, so you'll see the last names due to marriage. Yeah, so I finally got that changed.
Okay.
So that would be, it won't be Watkins anymore, it'll be Petaway. Let's see, I sent, I don't know if you sent it out mass, Gretchen. I had created a art show finances. We were talking about it in the.
I haven't yet, but I will.
Okay, so we'll get that sent out. So what it was is just a form that I just created showing all the shows that we did last year, the income that we brought in, the breakdown of the income that we brought in, the fees that we had to pay, and what we either profited or lost, so that we have a snapshot idea of what we're making when we're doing these shows. So when we're trying to do other things, like we want to do advertisement, we want to add stuff too, we know what we're actually working with. And so that we're not, ended up with all these, no money at the end of the year. And so,
It's
with
good
that,
for the
we have-
planning too, to make sure we have a good handle on everything, so. All
Yeah.
the ins and outs, so when things start to get a little crazy, it's hard, it can be hard to keep track if you don't.
Yeah, and then make better judgment is what we do, and plus when we go for sponsors or we're going for grants, that we know what we need to really truly ask for to cover us, and what we need to get from sponsors and stuff like that too. Because we can't control the increasing costs, especially with our biggest expense being at the end of the year, October. We've exhausted all the funds throughout the year. So with that said, the Art in Bloom, we made $227.63. That was after, collecting all the funds from the entry fees coming in. We had to pay out PayPal fees. So for income, we had made $805, but by the time we got done paying the fees and then awards and our judges and stuff like that, we ended up with $227.63. So that'll also help us determine, how much we can give really away for awards and how much that we can pay out, for things like judges and anything else that we wanted to add. Like if it was ad expenses or anything like that. The spring member show, we had brought in $980, with the $35 entry fees and then 28 applicants. We had PayPal fees of $33.32, and we gave out awards of $150, and the student awards were $5,700. So that's another show that's another big expense. That's a show that we take a loss, on the accounting side of things. So it was, we took a loss of $4,870. And that's always going to be like that for that show, because that's the show we give out the scholarships to the students. So that's always going to show up in the red.
But can we call that something else other than loss?
Sponsorships.
Yeah, hold on, Tasha.
Grant sponsorships for that. So that's our goal, is to get us out of the red for that show, so it's not actually costing us $5,000, you know.
Yeah, instead of a loss on that one, can we just say that, you know, outage or
Outlay
expenditure?
Yeah.
Yeah, cause it's
Yeah.
technically not a loss, it's an expenditure that we plan for.
Yeah, it's an organizational investment or.
Yeah, an organizational expenditure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just looking at this as far as a profit loss, just a snapshot thing. It's not, I'm not looking at it as like it's loss, you know, but that's a account that's in the red, that goes into the red. So that tells us that if we need to give out $5,000, that we need to seek that, you know, in funding. So that it's not costing us. We brought in $469.30. After all the bringing in $1,050, and then expenses were $35.70 in fees, and then advertising fees, we spent $545. $345 for Beer Magazine, 200 Facebook ads, and that brought us down to $469.30. And then the Fall Art Festival at the end of the year is our biggest expense. We have a number of expenses with that show. So we brought in $22,470. And then our total expenses were $17,906.39. So that made us in the, we brought in the total of $4,563.61. However, we had additional one-time expenses because we moved to a new park, so we had to get banners for the park, rolling carts, and the new flags to put in for the to mark the spaces and spray and all that to spray it out, which cost us an additional $1,550. So our true expense was our true income was $3,013.61 out of that. That's just a snapshot of our shows to give us an idea of what we need to work towards, what we can, you know, see, what we can look to start asking for, whether we get it in for as far as grants or sponsorships, and what makes sense in spending as far as like advertising and stuff. We don't want to end up where we're paying more in advertising than actually bringing in the funds, because we have revolving accounts. And so the other thing that I added was our monthly revolving accounts, so that we know what we have. We have 3 revolving accounts that are monthly. One is our storage unit, which increases every 6 months. The price goes up every 6 months, so we're now at $126 a month. And that houses our tents and all the equipment for the art show and anything else we have, all the weights and all the tents and stuff. We pay $9.99 a month on this space here, the Google space, so that we can conduct our meetings and use the calendar and other stuff planned. And $38 a month on QuickBooks, so that we're capturing all our stuff and doing taxes easier. So those are our monthly expenses, which is also why we have to, you know, stay within our budget, because we have to still spend money regardless all throughout the year. We have annual expenses, 4 annual expenses, with the SCC, $25 for our annual registration. The organization's insurance, the liability insurance that we have to carry is $746. That'll be coming up in April. Our domain name is $20. That'll be coming up in April. And the Squarespace website, to maintain our website, is $276. Those are all annual expenses, and they will come up in April as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the other costs that we have throughout the year that aren't really set in stone because we don't have a meeting space. But if we do, we generally pay $50 for a meeting space. That could be something that's added on, as well as if we have speakers that we have to pay for, that we can pay anywhere between $50 to $100 for someone to speak at the meeting. So those are other expenses to be mindful of, and just having basically a snapshot of all of that so that we know what we're working with and are confined to what we can do, if we have any restrictions, and where we need to go from here to continue to grow.
I have a question, Tasha. It's Gina.
Yes.
Do we have any idea how much the storage unit cost increases each period?
Nope.
They just surprise us with that amount?
Every storage area does that.
Every 6 months.
Yeah, all storage units do that.
So they don't say 10% or 15%?
It's usually a couple
No.
of bucks. I mean, it's up to like $5, $10.
Oh, okay, so it wouldn't be,
It's not like $100, it's
exorbitant.
incremental.
okay,
No, it's usually anywhere, it used to be like lower prices, like $6, but it's more like $15, somewhere
Okay.
between 15 and 20 some dollar jump. So, and that'll happen, every 6 months.
okay, just curious, thank you.
So over time, as that price continues to grow, what we generally do is run another storage unit within the same place and just swap it. It's a nuisance, but that's how you reset your funds. I mean, that to get you back down to the lower to start that over again.
Okay,
It's a
They
racket.
don't honor the fact that you're a nonprofit
yeah,
organization. They don't care about that. There's no way to ask about all that.
And they're actually one of the lower end for the cost.
Yeah.
So some of the other ones we looked
Yeah,
at
see where it
were,
was before, it was higher, a little bit higher because we was, years in.
okay,
yeah, we were all the way out by Low Creek.
And then before that, it was housed at one of the members' garages. So
That
it
wasn't
wasn't
climate
a-
control. We've got tents, we've got other things in there, so it's important to have our stuff climate controlled so that we take care of it. Because if we spend the money, we just spent like, a couple of years ago, we spent like $4,000, $4,500 or something on the art tents. Those are not a small expense. So you do not want those sitting somewhere where they're going to mold.
Mold that, yeah.
Okay, anything else, Tasha?
That is all on my end.
All right, motion. Any other questions on the treasurer's report?
No.
Okay, do you have a motion to accept the treasurer's report? Motion, seconded, all in favor? Any nays? All right, so noted. Okay, so next on the agenda is we'll have Gina come up and talk about the scholarship and give us a lot of info on our meeting, if you wanna.
so they can see me from that camera, right?
Yeah, we can see you just fine.
Okay, so everyone should be aware that the emails have gone out to all of our teachers, school leaders, and guidance counselors. This is in Hampton Roads High School, private and public for seniors in art classes, and also homeschool programs. So all of that information has gone out. This would be our first initial touching base with them. We sent a guidance counselor letter or advisor letter. We sent an application and we sent a flyer. So we need you all to help us get the word out that if you know a teacher or a senior in high school in the Hampton Roads area and they take any kind of art class, they could be eligible for one of our scholarships. We will be sending out an additional application letter and flyer more along the lines of probably mid-March to remind them and get the applications in. It's always a last minute thing. But the deadline is April 4th,
Second.
2nd?
Thought we said second.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but
It's on the flyer.
so, please be aware that our auction is next month, and it is gently used art supplies. It's going to be held at the Creative Well in Virginia Beach, 6:30. I am going to be post-operative patient as far as knee replacement. So Kay has graciously, as our co-chair, she's agreed to help organize the auction. I have 4 or 5 bags in my garage already of items that cover drawing, painting, organizational items. You know, we're gonna put all of that together, and we have, a friend of mine from the Chesapeake Bay Watercolorists group, Linda McCausland. Linda always handles the auction part of the art supply auction for the Chesapeake Bay Watercolors, and she does a great job. She's not a professional by any means, but she's very quick and very good at watching the hands or paddles or numbers or whatever, and doing that. So she's agreed to do that for us pro bono, and we're hoping that's going to raise enough money to push our grand total this year for the scholarships from $5,000 to
$5,800.
from $5,800 to $6,000 or more.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Gretchen, if I sold everything in my garage for $1 a piece, we'd be over that mark already. But please start collecting and bring that night. And what we'll do is we'll have signs for the different mediums, like drawing, painting, or watercolors. We'll try and have it organized so that you can just take your items to that particular section. And we're going to keep it flowing quickly by auctioning off lots. So if you see an item that you like, especially, let's say, for example, a couple of really good books, you're gonna have to take home whatever else is in that lot and bid on it as well, because that's the only way we can streamline everything and get it going. So peruse the items when you arrive and make note of what you might want to bid on. But we're hoping this really pushes our total over for the Student Scholarship Program. And that's March 19th at the Creative Well.
I have
Yeah.
a question. You take frames?
Yes.
We've already gathered up a couple of frames. I have a lady friend who left a bunch of frames for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to clean up my studio.
Yeah.
Great.
You know,
What is our target, like, or we're trying to go for our target goal?
yeah, we're hoping at least $300 or $400, but
Last year we brought in $462.50.
yeah, and we'd like for that to be even higher, but we'll see how it goes, you know. We need a good turnout. I know tonight's a small turnout because of the weather. But for that auction in March, we really need a good turnout and
It
donations.
does not have to be members, CBA members to
Yeah,
come in and bid.
general
Open
public.
to the public.
General
So,
public's
you know,
invited.
people that want cheap art supplies. Amy, you
That
have
was
a
gonna
question?
be my question, I wasn't sure how big we were trying to make this, but like, should we be reaching out to other arts organizations in the area and inviting them?
Yeah, I've already told the Chesapeake Bay Watercolors.
Okay.
If you know anyone else, sure.
And then another idea I have is that the 757 Creative Reuse Center is looking to move.
They already,
Yeah,
Are they
Oh,
gonna
really?
be involved if they
They
might
might.
have stuff they want to
Well,
offload in some way?
I'll
I'm on
email her. She was coming to our auction. Yeah, I'll email her.
and I'm on that email thread too, and thought the same thing. If we had leftover items, we could take them to them, but
Right.
they might very well be in the process
They
of
may-
moving.
I was
and-
just thinking they may be in the process of moving and may have things that they wanna offload too
Yeah.
towards this mission, so.
Yeah.
Because I was emailing her about, because we have regular meetings with the Norfolk Arts Commission where they bring in different groups where we sit and talk about, you know, stuff and grants, and that was something that they brought up.
If you have any, if you,
Create this as a social media event, you know, like on Facebook and stuff, where you click and you.
Yeah.
We have an event.
do we have,
Okay.
yeah, I think we have it as an event. We've already forwarded on all the flyers, but
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's an event, and we'll be,
and it does say open to the public.
we'll be posting those again for the next few weeks. But if you are planning on coming, please feel free to bring any bags you want to load up and put bag of bargain. So
T-shirts.
yeah, oh yeah, you might get a free T-shirt in your
And we'll put some of our aprons too.
in your auction items. But yeah, keep that in mind, please. Thank you.
Okay, so we're asking for arrivals at 6:30?
No,
Okay.
if you've got
If you
stuff,
can
we
come
can set up
earlier.
at 5. If you
Yeah.
have things, drop it off at 5.
If you can come earlier, if you have donations, yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, great.
All right. Okay.
Are you coming back?
No, I'll be back by then.
All right,
Is there anything
so,
specific that we're not bringing?
no, it's open to art supplies, so you got a whole bunch of that crafty stuff, Tasha. You were talking about.
Get out of my studio.
I know what's in your studio, girl. I've been
No,
there.
I'm just joking. I do have a lot.
I know. All right. So member show, we have, I've already created the Google form. We're gonna make that application go live on 16 March. It will be for 2D and 3D art. There's room for large pieces, but I mean, we do have the whole gallery, but we also can't have every single piece like this. So we wanna make sure that we have and Leslie very kindly sent me the guidance, and I'll put that in the prospectus that we post. We are going to be getting a committee meeting to start getting that going, so there'll be an email to people that signed up for that. We will be conducting mentorship activities with TCC students, so it's something Leslie and I have been talking about. My button there?
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry guys. You gotta remind me to do a little dance. So we will be doing some mentorship activities, and we'll work out some different time frames, some different, midday, evening, whatever works with Visual Arts Center. And working artists talking to visual arts students who are trying to become working artists. So I will be putting out the call for who is interested. I think it's going to be super fun, and get out there in the community and talk about art. It's always a great day when you're out talking about art and then passing on some wisdom, hopefully. So, I mean, I learn from you guys all the time. There's stuff that I hear. I'm a relatively new artist, but I've been around for a while. I know some things, but not necessarily the art things. So something that you think might not be a big deal is like a golden nugget to someone that's trying to figure it out. So please sign up if you have time, and we'll be doing that. That's one of our community events. And we already said it's Bush Street. I always want to say Bush. It's Bush Street. It's a lovely, lovely facility, but we'll let Leslie talk about that when she gets the floor art crawl application. We do have the Google form for that. That'll be going live in April. If you want to help.
Oh, yeah, we need somebody.
Still looking
right
for
now.
help. We are looking at doing a postcard thing, so like a guided tour of the art crawl. You go get your postcard stamped and you win a fabulous prize. We don't know what the fabulous prize is, but you're gonna win something, so we'll see. Art Festival committee meeting, the next one is the 26th of February at 6:30. If you would like to participate in that, we do have the committee up and running, but there is always things to do, so let us know. We do have the park reserved for that first weekend in October. Planning is definitely underway. We are open on Zap, so please share. If you look, you just have to do a search for CBAA, and that is open. So if you know artists that are looking for a great show to get into, we are a fine art show. I will put that out. We are a fine art show. We're not looking for crafts.
Do we get reviews on Zap? Like, do artists who participated put reviews on
I
Zap?
have to look. I haven't seen any.
Okay.
We did get feedback. I mean, some people did really well, some people did not. So I think we'll get a mixed bag. It was our first time at that venue, so we had a lot of lessons learned, and we did put in this application right up that, hey, we heard you. These are some of the things that we did from last year. So if you've got artists that are like, well, I might do it again, but this is what we're implementing. So we'll see what we get. We did get some surprisingly really good feedback. And then some people were like, I don't want to see it. It's like, that's fine, I respect you, it's okay. Art show, it's always it's a gamble. You can have like a real winner, or you can have a real stinker, it just depends on what people are looking for that day. We've all been there. All right. Press release and the flyer are available. I sent the flyer out. We do have the Facebook event created. And I am having to go daily in there although I have it so I have to approve all the comments, but the trolls are already out there. We have vendor spaces. It's insane. Some people, you would think that people don't fall for that, but people's accounts get hacked and it's like a daily thing.
Wow.
Daily. Student Art Club at Ocean Air Elementary. I do have Christian. If you look at the agenda, I have Christian's email in there. Please reach out to him. He runs an art club at the Ocean Air Elementary School, and they meet every week and they do art things. It's a lot of fun. They are high energy, and I had a blast.
What ages are they?
We're talking
Fourth graders.
Fourth graders. Yeah, so they're high energy. I was in a room full of like 15 of my grandsons, so it was wonderful, but also gotta be on your toes. But yeah, take a look at that. Email him, and you can check and say, hey, I'd love to do this. What time do you want me there? The kids love it. They're like, oh, you're our guest artist. And it's like, are you gonna teach us? They just love having people come in. So again, it's another community event for us, and if you got some time, they love it. Dues. If you have not paid your dues, you're only $35. They are due by the end of February. Please pay your dues. Those of you that have, I am eternally grateful. But get that word out, pay your dues. New business. We are almost done with the business aspect. We're setting up some field trips. You guys have been seeing them emails. We're going to the VMFABC, the Giants exhibit before it closes. Thank you, Debbie, for the idea. That was lovely.
I'm going the day before.
Huh?
Or just miss me. I'm going the day before.
Oh, don't spoil it.
That's not, I've seen it, it's great.
Yeah, I'm excited. Some of us are calling into Sophie, and we're leaving Sunday morning. But we're setting up some more, so we're also looking at plein air day at the Botanical Gardens. So we're looking at the 13th of April, and then if there's bad weather, we'll do the 15th, where we're just gonna take our stuff. I already talked to them. We have to pay to get in. I said we're a nonprofit, but I mean, it goes to benefit the garden, so I don't mind, I'll pay them. If you have a membership, you can get somebody in. But we go and bring all of our accoutrements and our pochade box and go out and paint in the gardens. I said, what did I call it? I call it pochade or something. It's like it's pochade. It's like pochade box. I was all excited about my new easel. But you can bring your stuff out and come do some plein air painting. We'll make a day out of it, and it'd be fun. Get CBA out there. It's a good place to get out in public, but also it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So enjoy the garden. I am still working on Perry Glass Studio. We're working to get a tour of the new Mocha facility right now. Rightfully so. They did the hey, can you wait? So when they're open, we'll get in there talking with Deb Ward. She's going to give us some contacts, and she's also talked about she's working at Hermitage now, so we made it into the Hermitage. But
She's
setting up,
a former student, that's exciting.
yeah, she's cool.
Is she? She's cool.
But we'll get some other things throughout the year, so it's something that we're trying to do new, and then still trying to do some social events, but be watching. Book club next week at Felipa's house, The Artist Joy. If you have not gotten that yet, please get that. I've started it. So far it's really good. I like the way she writes.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
It's very engaging. I need to finish it. I've been, the old ADHD monster gets me off the
I'm listening to it.
Oh, good. Maybe I should do audio.
Yeah.
We're continuing to look for community activities, so if you hear something, say something. Would love to set up, even if we only get 3-4 people out there doing it, getting out and doing something in the community, it's always fun and gets the CBA word out there. And again, it's more than just sitting here meeting. I know I am wonderful to listen to, but it's something different. All right. April meeting, that will be on the 22nd. We have a very talented, he's a watercolorist, right?
Yep.
John Moneymaker. He's a talented artist and therapist. He's going to be talking about the artist struggle and the inner critic. And we're going to go on the other side of the tunnel and have the meeting at the 110 Gallery in Phoebus.
And some of us might be able to do dinner before or after over there, because they've got a great little restaurant, area, district.
Okay, more to follow. We'll set up a dinner if folks want to do that. I will, of course, have the virtual set up, so if you can't make it over to Hampton, we will always have a virtual option. We are continuing to post the meetings and activities on the website, so check often. We've got most of the year pretty much scheduled up. May, no meeting. We're doing our member show. June, we've got one of the directors from the Downey Growth Center is our, guest speaker. July we'll do the social, but we're getting, and then August we have Clayton Singleton. We'll be discussing his art and his new book. So please keep checking the website. So Christian Williams got us in contact with him, and he has graciously agreed to speak to us, which is lovely. And that's the stuff that I have on the agenda. Any walk-on topics?
I got a question. When does the application for the members show close? It opens March 16th. When does it close?
I don't have that. It will close, where's my, I don't have my, someone have a calendar. Sorry, I didn't put
There's a
that on there.
calendar on that.
There we go, perfect. I don't remember what we said, to be honest. So we will actually probably close it, we'll give everyone until May 15th.
Okay.
But I don't want all the stuff coming in on May 15th. Submit it early, get your stuff in, because I gotta get lists and pictures. I do know how artists are.
Well, you need to have the deadline on the 14th.
Probably. And then that way I can get, we wanna make sure Leslie's got the pictures, cause, she's gotta plan out, you know, the gallery layout and help her, help us.
Cool.
Okay.
One more thing, I'm gonna once again remind you that we are really in need of sponsors. We have a flyer put together. I need to change some pictures on this one, but I wondered if we might send this to every member.
Yeah.
And you know, we really need the money for those scholarships. So, who do you know that wants to make an investment or wants a tax write-off?
And support the arts.
Yep, we are a 501c3 organization, so you can put it as a charitable donation.
Absolutely.
Now, do you want me to do the drawing?
One more walk-on quick thing. The Google form was created for logging our time. We just probably need to put that out in the newsletter or.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Yeah,
how do
thanks.
we access it? It's through the web, it's just a web link.
It's on the website?
It's not yet, but.
It will be.
Okay.
You send me the link, I'll do that.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Do we clock meeting times?
Yeah, council
Our hours?
volunteer hours, yeah.
Like when we've been meeting for board meetings and things, I've been entering all of
Great.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. You did send it to me. I've been
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
All right, so
Gotta be present to win, look, people. Sorry
you
for,
can get this
internet.
fabulous basket of collage supplies.
yeah, this is a basket we put together after our successful, vision board collage experience. All right, who has ticket number 422-1278?
Me.
It was random.
Yay.
All right,
Fun.
thank you, Kay.
More stuff.
All right, so with that, that was like record speed. We are going to turn the balance of time over to, here you go, you are on camera. This is Leslie Mounaime. She is the director for the TCC Visual Arts Center, who is graciously hosting our member show, but also invited her over to talk to us about, you know, not just that, but TCC in general, what the Visual Arts Center does, and the new facility. So, welcome, Leslie.
Thanks for having me. I was pleased when Gretchen reached out because I had my eyes on your organization to collaborate in some capacity. Because one of my goals as the curator and doing the programs for the Visual Arts Centers, I really want to get our students involved in the arts community. I feel like students oftentimes, and maybe you guys can attest to this, they get very involved in the process and thinking about just, you know, their assignments, and they don't think about what they're doing after they're done with school, and they lose the resource of school and the studio supplies that they have. So it's important that they start making connections early, so that they're not left adrift after they leave art school. Many of them, it is a 2-year associate's program, so we have a studio arts program, which is painting, drawing, fine art, or photography focus. And then, or there's a sculpture and 3D focus as well, and we do have a glass program. And then we have a graphic design major as well, which is this is one of the biggest majors in the whole arts and humanities department. And so it's important that I try to encourage our students to get out there, to get active, to build their community. So, you know, making connections with organizations like yours that have a strong community. You know, you guys, you know, have been working professionally as artists, many of you, for many years, and have a lot of knowledge you can pass on. And, you know, just some do's and don'ts, like maybe you've done this art fair a few years and you can give them advice of like, how do I get started? Or, you know, for the type of material they're doing, is it worth their time to pursue this opportunity? It's important that they're out there making those connections. And, you know, as I've talked with my colleagues, and some of you may be more aware of this, we're dealing with the post-COVID generation, and they are really online. Getting them to really get out there and do stuff in person takes a lot more coaching now. Just like the way that socializing has changed, it's very much online now. So getting them to just meet for like cool opportunities sometimes is like, I promise it's cool, guys. Like, please show up. It will benefit you. And there's always like the very active students that are going to show up and, you know, are responsible and are looking for those opportunities. And then there's going to be the ones that really need the coaching. So I, you know, want to do my best for the programming that I'm doing with the exhibitions and external and related programs to, you know, bring the community to them as much as possible and give them opportunities to get out when possible too. So very excited to work with you guys. I'm really looking forward to it. So the Visual Arts and Design Center, many of you may be familiar with the old Portsmouth space, which was much beloved. We have, so I think that closed in 2019, 2020. It was around, everything happened at once. It was like that building shut down and then COVID happened like back to back. So it was very much a chaotic time, but we moved to downtown Norfolk. So if you're familiar with downtown Norfolk, it's where the old Farm Fresh used to be, off of Bush. See, now I'm doing it. Yeah, it's a nice facility. It's the whole first floor, so it's entire city block. So I can really get my steps in, just walking around the building. And the galleries are in the front, so if you go in the atrium, you're gonna see the main gallery right there. And then we have a smaller student gallery, which is where we're gonna put our scholarship art.
And then overflow from the members as well.
Right. We will have both gallery spaces activated for the show. We have an event room right next to it. And I will probably, I sent you a floor plan of just the big gallery. I'll send you a larger floor plan that includes the student gallery and the event space too, just so you guys can get a sense of scope. And I mean, we have plenty of wall space and many pedestals, so I don't anticipate there being an issue. I'm just thinking, I've already kind of like talked some logistics stuff with Gretchen, but the one caveat I don't have right now and I'm really working on is I can't suspend anything from the ceiling. So if y'all are really feeling wild and want to suspend something, not yet. We don't actually have a ceiling, which I don't know if you looked up.
I did.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh, where? All right. It's just wires. Yeah, I'm working on it, and we will eventually move to have some tension cables where we can suspend some stuff, because that's fun. But otherwise, yeah, it's a new building. They have the state-of-the-art computer labs. We have a really cool photo booth for our photography students. We don't have a dark room. They've switched completely to digital, they have a nice studio space there, and we have like some podcasts, like soundproof podcast rooms.
Wow.
All of our classrooms have like adjustable lighting. I was the only space that did not get adjustable lighting. I don't know why. This is the gallery. Why didn't I get dimmable lights?
Yeah.
You you guys can complain for me. I'm kidding.
Okay.
But anyway, all the classrooms have the lights, so you can like switch to I guess more of like a sunset light versus like a golden hour light for when they're drawing, they can get different shadows. And there is all of the drawing classrooms do have window access too. So it's great. Our students really love it. The faculty is enjoying the amenities. We don't have the hot shop anymore. For those of you who knew the Portsmouth space, we did have a hot shop on the roof, which was really fun. But with the new space, they couldn't build it with the building requirements because it's like inside of another building that exists.
What's a hot shop?
The glass.
The
glass
glass, yeah.
okay.
Like the big old kilns and stuff. So instead we have our students go over to the Perry Glass Studio, which is right down the street, and it's kind of fun for them to be able to work in that professional space.
Yeah.
So it's a great partnership. But yeah, we do have glass classes. That in the graphic design program, I would say, are some of our standout for our student exhibitions. I was going to bring some, but I've been lugging around this box for like a month now, and I finally just put it back in my office, and I was like, darn, I should have left it in my car for like one more day. I have all these art zines that our students make every year. We have a production class where students will learn how to like pick out paper and design basically a publication from scratch. And they have it, basically it's kind of like a yearbook where they're showing all like the artists or all the art that was made in the different programs every year. And they have a new design every year. So if some of you guys, I will send an invite to our student show reception, which is the show that comes before yours. That reception will be in April. We had talked about doing some programming in April when there's still more students. After the spring semester is over in May, it gets pretty quiet. So it's good to take advantage of when they're present on the site to do the programming. But if any of you guys are interested in coming and talking about the program, and we'll probably have hopefully done some workshops and things by then too. You'll see the new zines. They'll be unveiling them at that event, and they've made like this almost like a pull tab or the front, because the art zine was called 340. It was named after 340 High Street, which was the old Visual Art Center address. They've changed it to 340 at 260, which is our new address. And you pull the tab and it changes from 340 to 260. And this was like the most ambitious project they've done. So it's a lot of hand binding. It's taken a long time for them to make it, but it's a pretty cool book and publication. So they're really well made. So I will definitely like save some for you guys too, just because they're cool. For folks who are familiar with the design program, many people, so they've been doing that zine for over 20 years now. So when I talk about a lot of people, that's the first thing I bring up about the TCC Visual Arts Center, which is pretty cool that it has lasting memory like that. So we're proud of that program. For me, for exhibitions, I want to provide opportunities for the students to exhibit and also get them engaged in the community, like I said. I try to do at least one kind of group show a year that is just Hampton Roads-based artists to get them in the door, and also there's not a lot of gallery space in the area, so just to get an opportunity for Hampton Roads-based artists. I don't want to be too internal. I think it's important that we contribute back by having space for other artists. So that's a goal of mine. We worked with the Perry Glass Studio for the fall exhibit, where we had their glass fellowship artists, which was really fun. That was my first time doing a pure glass exhibition, so I was very nervous during install, but nothing broke, everything was fine. We had a lot of neon works that concerned me. I'm like, are you sure I can leave this on the whole time? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm gonna turn it off. I will be turning that off. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And last year we did the VMFA Fellowship, which I'm sure some of your members may have done before. The VMFA Fellowship is the big fellowship that they offer to Virginia-based artists. Great program. We have a lot of super talented fellowship artists in this area, so I emailed them. I was like, hey, you wouldn't happen to have like any sort of documentation of who's from Hampton Roads? They sent me like a list from the 1980s, everyone that they've ever had, and I was like, this is amazing. I couldn't possibly fill this many artists in my space, but I will start to the most recent and work my way back a few years, and we managed to fill the space and do a really cool show. So those are the types of I'm trying to do at least one of those a year. 2 is great as well. But right now I've been looking at I told myself I was going to do way less shows at this new space. I used to work at the Torpedo Factory Art Center in Alexandria, if you guys know that. And I was like, I would do 30 shows a year, and I don't know how I slept. I was just doing my thing. And, we had multiple galleries and pop-up spaces too. And I was like, I'm going to do less, but then I get excited about stuff. And I went from doing 5 shows to now 10. So still better for me though. Better than the 30 plus shows I was doing previously. But a lot of those are student shows, which are smaller. I want them to be involved with the process. I have like a handshake agreement with the professors. I'm giving you this space, your students have got to install the work. If they want to get the opportunity, I'm going to give them this slot of time. You guys do it, make it happen. I'll help answer questions if they're concerned about something, but it's really to get them that experience, and a lot of them have really enjoyed the process. So that's been great. We had 5 student shows last semester, so that was pretty fun. They really did it. I was kind of worried like they wouldn't be taking the bait, but they did. So yeah, we had a good time with that. Do you guys have any questions about the space or about the program?
How many students do you have in the program?
I believe it's about 300.
Okay.
Changes every semester. Usually there's more in the fall. Some people matriculate out.
Okay. Do you do any auditing for seniors, for classes?
Yes, that's something that we have been trying to push.
Okay.
Sometimes it can be tough. Like I know we've been talking to Governor's School about that because they're literally across the street from us, and so we've been working with them when possible. And they have students from all different areas in Hampton Roads, and the way that the public schools are, it's like you can't take like a dual enrollment. You have to be in the city that you're.
And she meant senior citizen.
Oh, senior. Okay.
Yes.
That would be like external programming, or you can audit into a class too, if there's space. I've tried to do that before, and we do have a fair amount of students who do that. It's just about space, like if they have the available space, you can audit the class for free.
Who would one contact for that? I think that's what Kay's asking.
External program.
Probably our chair, James Williams, who I can put you in contact with.
I've just had the opportunity to audit a class at ODU, and wow, it's very impressive, and I would think doing it with you guys too would be really fun.
Yeah, it's really fun. I will say our ceramics classes fill up instantly. That's one thing I think we would do different is get more kilns, just because that's an extremely popular class, and you can only fit so many people in there. Like for some of the other classes, we can kind of adjust the class size. That's the one we can't. So that was the one I wanted to audit, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll go pay for a class somewhere else. But yes, otherwise, I think most of the other ones are not as difficult to get into that one.
Have you been to Gallery 110 yet, over in Hampton? In
I think
Phoebus?
so.
In Phoebus?
No, I haven't.
So I just visited there, I've been many times, but Karen Spalding is the gallery owner
Okay.
and
I've heard her
director.
name before.
She has a large, ceramic pottery section in the back
Okay.
and rents out that space to anyone if they're over in the Hampton area and they need, some of your students need some kiln time.
Oh, that's great to know.
Yeah.
Because we've been looking to, because that class fills up so fast. We've been looking for other places we could send them if they're not, too focused on getting it through school. If they're just looking to take the class, that would be really great to share.
I'm curious, Leslie, how about your studio art students? I would think a lot of them go on to get a bachelor's. And do they mostly all go to a particular institution?
ODU is quite popular. It's right there.
Yeah.
They have basically, like, if they have a certain GPA, they're guaranteed to get accepted into the program. But VCU is also very popular.
Okay.
A lot of our students, like, that's their number one school. We actually had a student that got a full ride to Pratt last year. Yeah, that was pretty, and she got one to Micah too, and she had to pick between the two. I was like, wow, okay. That's amazing. So, yeah, I mean, I think we have strong professors, and, you can really make the most of it. It really just depends on the student's drive. We have some that kind of just know they like drawing and don't really know what they're going to do with it yet, so they kind of have to get a reality check when they're in their portfolio class and they're thinking about what to do next. And then there's the ones who are maybe going back. We have veterans or just folks that are going back to pursue a career in the arts. So I have a work study student, his name is Cameron. I'm gonna tell him about some of the stuff that you've got going on to get connected with you. He's done some murals for the Vibe District. Like, he's getting his work out there. So I'm really proud of him. He's an older student who's pursuing this degree now and is really doing good stuff. So I'm excited for him. And yeah, so I think that would be wonderful.
Okay. Any more questions?
Any questions online?
I'm looking at.
Interesting, that's for
Oh,
sure.
They've actually got a good angle.
Okay, good.
I turned the camera so it was.
Okay. Awesome. Well, if you guys, I can give some of you guys my business cards if you like. So feel free to ask any questions. I sent you the draft of stuff that I put together. A lot of this stuff, let me know if you want.
It's very straightforward.
Okay.
So yeah, nothing in there screams something odd. So it's stuff that we actually have in our perspectives from last year that I was just looking at stuff.
Right.
It's pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, so the standards of hanging your work, making sure it's prepped for being in a gallery, and so it's all, we do all sorts of things. You gotta talk about how you hang your art in the gallery though, that was something I was like, really?
Oh, okay. So I'm kind of open-minded with how we hang. We have a wire hanging system like this in the hallways. But we do not have that in the gallery. I just drill it into the wall.
Plywood.
Yeah, plywood. I'm really enjoying putting those screws in the wall. Me and my drill are BFF. It was funny, like the first show we had, I was inheriting a lot of the older material that the previous building had, and they did not have plywood walls. They only had drywall screws. And, I've never been taught professional art handling. I've learned on the job, and like learned from different artists and people too on the job. So I feel like I've gained some knowledge, but changing over to a proper wood screw changed my life. I was like, wow, this is so easy. Who would have thought? We also, you know, we have the picture hanging nails. The only thing that I can't do is the ceiling or drilling into the floor. But yeah, I don't mind putting holes in my wall. They're sturdy, so they can take it.
A couple questions here.
Yep. Dino, go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, my question was, do you mat any of your work? Because I don't see any matted pictures on the walls around you. I was just curious.
Oh, here. Oh, he's looking at the paintings.
Oh,
here.
this is Allison's studio, but yeah, we map the work to get hung there, so.
Okay.
It doesn't, I'm not particular about it. Like I've shown, canvas without a frame. You know, I'm pretty open-minded about it. I used to run a contemporary art gallery before, so I used to get a lot of weird stuff. So I'm just like, yeah, that sounds great. And then other people are like, no, we're not doing all that. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. Yeah, as long as your work looks nice and professional, I'm happy.
Okay, good.
Okay, Paulette, you're up.
Hi, I was going to say a compliment to Leslie. I would love to meet you in person. You may have heard from your mother that I'm one of her high school classmates,
Oh my
and also
gosh.
Christine, who's probably at the meeting tonight. We were all in Norfolk Catholic together, and Karen's maiden name was Campson, and I was Jones, so we were in homeroom like 4 years in a row.
Wow.
For about 45 years, then you get back together later in life, and it's been great. So it's great to see you. I also was going to ask you, what's your favorite preferred art medium of your own art?
Great question, Paulette.
I've been branching out a bit. I've mostly just done drawing and painting, but I took a ceramics class this summer. I was really bad, but I mean, that's okay. I wanted to learn the skill, and I'm interested in doing watercolor. I think that would suit my style. So yeah, I gotta connect with you. So just like normally though, I'm very much like gestural drawing type of person. I love a doodle.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
I'm gonna, you know, my mom should have come to this meeting.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna
I
talk
texted
to
her and
her.
asked her if she would be there, because I'm in Arlington tonight, so I couldn't make it. But she said that she had family obligations too, so we'll all get together at some point.
Yeah, she's been on grandma duty lately. He's in his fussy phase, so I'm sure everyone's tired.
So I have a question. So I heard you say that you drilled the wall and the gallery part. They don't have like a hanging system.
No. I'm drilling into the wall. I'm having fun.
But why is that? Why is it? I'm just curious. Why they don't have a hanging
Budget.
system?
They asked me if I wanted to. I didn't want one. As long as we can, you know, I worked in a space where we had, the gallery was maybe older than me. And the walls, you know, they were all dimpled up, but, you know, it worked pretty well. And I just like the freedom of being able to do that. And it gives me more options to hang. The wire hanging system, because we do have a lot of student art, a lot of it is not framed, so that is tough to do with the wire hanging system, as they've learned. But yeah, I think it's more just to branch out, do different things. I don't mind doing the art handling to spackle the wall, and I guess until I do mind, we will continue like this, and maybe they have extra hangings stuff, so if I ever change my mind we can put them up, but I'm doing it for now.
Okay.
What trends do you see the students coming in excited about?
Well, I the first kind of like intro classes, they're really learning basics. But once they're kind kind of able to really kind of start creating their own compositions. I've seen, oh my god, the printmaking show that we did with them was so fun. They were getting, a lot of them they're younger, they really like graphic art, a lot of them are really attracted to like tattoo art. Some of them are getting, they like some political stuff. So, you know, I think they're really just learning how to create the compositions and having fun with it right now.
Okay.
I have really been enjoying seeing some of the artists like kind of create their own style. From a lot of them are really excited about glass. I think it's because we have the facility here, and there is a lot of glass artists, but it's also like, you know, longevity wise, you don't have, that's expensive. So it's fun to explore with this now, but you know, I think we try to encourage the students to do mixed media so that when they do leave the space, they'll still be able to create the work without interruption. We have a lot of photography students that are really into music. So they will go to like music festivals and stuff. I think there's an interesting scene for that here. So yeah, we've got a lot of photography music crossovers that have been really interesting. But yeah, I would say one of my favorite things is just kind of to see them create their own style.
Yeah. Do you do any computer generated art?
Design, yes. We try to steer them away from doing the AI art unless they're doing it for some sort of intentionality.
Right.
I can give my spiel about that. It's important that they learn the technical skill. And you know, if you want to use AI to like enhance what you're doing, sure, why not? I prefer to drink my water than use it for AI, but everyone's different, right?
Okay.
But I think we kind of have to roll with it. It's kind of happening whether we like it or not, particularly with younger people.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of anime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a huge
Very
anime.
popular.
Anime
Manga.
is huge.
I've been reading the manga.
If I want to get them to do stuff, I'll be like, I'm gonna put an episode of anime on. You're gonna do art, and that gets them there.
That does them.
Yeah. So anime, they're big into that. They have a big anime club. So getting them to, not everyone can be an anime artist or a mangaka. So how can you take your love for this medium in your own unique way? So getting them to think about that. And, some of them have gone on to, do animation, do comic books. So, they really made it work. So it's awesome.
Thank you.
So I am an art historian by trade, and they've been wanting me to potentially teach some art history classes. I'm like, right now I've got my hands full with the galleries, but maybe, in the future I would like to teach, but I refuse to do online art history classes. Because I'm sorry, there's no way the students are paying attention and not using AI to write their essays. Like, there's no way. I will force them to handwrite their essay. Like, they will do what I had to do. I had to handwrite all of my essays. So I have told them that, and they're like, that's great, we love it. So yeah, I will make their hands hurt because this new generation isn't used to holding a pencil.
And they can't write cursive.
No, they can't read it either because they never got taught it.
It's funny. They have to use AI to translate cursive.
Yeah, I'm not being facetious. They have a hard time reading cursive.
Yeah, they do.
Granted, there are some really funky letters in cursive.
There are.
So yeah.
I'm curious if the post-COVID kids that prefer online instruction and interaction, if they had to interact with one of us or several of us, would they prefer a group or would they prefer one-on-one?
Honestly, I think group.
A group, they feel more comfortable with
I
that.
think
like a
though,
panel?
I think one-on-one can be intimidating. So if they have a group as well,
Okay.
that can be helpful. Everyone's different.
Yeah.
Some of them would maybe prefer to do one-on-one, so they could, you know, ask you more detailed questions. But just based off of, you know, the programs and stuff that I've done, there's a little safety in numbers. They're just a little bit more socially anxious, which I guess I don't blame them. They had a lot of their socializing years put online, so.
One of the things I enjoyed about auditing a class was seeing the relationships develop. You know, the very first part of the semester, all this older folks sat here and the younger folks were here and they're kind of scared of each other. And, you know, by the end of the semester, it had just grown into this lovely group that we learned so much from each other.
Right.
You know, it was such a delight to, you know, I don't understand anime, and they were just, oh, you know, and I'm like, wow, you know, it's kind of like rap music if you really, you know, if you really pay attention, there's value there. But that was so neat, and several of the instructors discussed that with me, how they love having the older artists in the group because they're constantly teaching also.
Right.
But that was so fun to watch those kids by the end of class. You know, it's like you had new grandkids.
I think that's great, honestly.
Yeah.
Because like I said, you know, they need to know other artists out in the world, and so it's really great that they can make those friendships. So
We have actually gotten a couple of people apply here, so at least one of our new members is one year.
Oh, it's exciting.
Yeah, he was here for the collage exercise.
Oh,
D'Angelo.
D'Angelo. Oh my God, he just won an award at the Virginia Beach Arts Center. I'm proud of him.
Very talented.
No, he's amazing. No, I'm glad. I was telling him to get out there in the world, so I'm glad he took.
You got a network, and our group is a good place to start. So, I mean, it plugs you into this group of artists, but this group of artists is also plugged in here and here and here.
Right.
So it helps. Every little bit helps.
Exactly.
You don't know what you
He's
don't know.
amazingly talented. So, yeah, that's awesome.
Let's hope it keeps coming.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was so nice to meet you all.
You too.
All right.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you.
Okay.
Unless you got any more questions, I'm all done.
Okay.
Perfect.
So is there we can socialize for a little bit before we lock up, but motion to adjourn the meeting?
I make the motion.
Seconded?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No nays?
No nays.
No nays. Whip and you nay. All right, that's it. Thank you
Excellent.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie. We appreciated the talk. It was lovely.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Oh, how are you?
All right.
I'm good.
Good,
We'll
good.
see you all. I'm waving and I got the camera turned away.
Gretchen
Gretchen,
was writing a few
I
things in
asked
there.
everyone something.
Yes, I'm excited.
Do you have anything that's in that basket?
I just wanted, can I say one thing?
Yes,
This
ma'am.
is totally off the art subject. Last month I brought the petition to put Elaine Laurie on the ballot.
Yes,
Some of you signed it.
yes.
I still have it.
I'll sign it. I
If you're
wasn't here.
interested in signing, I got it out in my car, I'll bring it in. If you're
Yeah.
interested, just tell me. No pressure, your choice.
But it needs to be for Virginia Beach, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you have
Never
to
mind.
do.
Oh, where are you?
District, some of
North,
it's,
oh, they changed her
No,
district.
they changed the district.
yeah, some of it,
Never mind.
yeah, some of us are in her district too.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
Cool.
If there's anyone from Virginia Beach that would like to sign it, just let me know.
All right.
Thank you so much.
I'm
That was
wrapping it
great.
up. I've got about 60 signatures. or
Do you?
And I
something.
will,
Yeah.
look over that stuff and get the signed one back to you.
All right, somewhere I dropped the lid text.
Let me know if you need to wiggle any of the dates around.
No, it looks exactly what we asked for. And then we've got, people that have signed up for the committee so that we can.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry you're going for you're not in the district, but
Well, that was in her
I'll
first
make sure,
district.
Yeah, yeah.
I worked the campaign on
I'll
the
give you
first time
access to
she.
the Google form so you can go. in
yeah,
and
I
share
worked
it.
the second time when she lost.
They have to.
Oh, I worked that one too, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I worked that one too.
everything together.
Yeah, even though she moved to
Yeah, I think she's
Do
got a
you
good
guys
chance.
typically, were you envisioning newsletters?
I mean, I know uprights. I think she'll get the ballpark information. I know
Yeah.
there are 4 or 5 people that declared, but when she declared.
Let's look at what we
So
got.
she'll be running against Jen.
So look at how many people we might
So you're
expect to
primarily,
be.
we can
In
verify.
June.
I
Okay.
Yeah.
We wanna keep it where people can see.
Oh, it's not a big deal.
But we ought to add to that flyer that, they come early if they're bringing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna,
Come
Yeah,
early if
Phil
you're,
wants it.
only if you're donating, but you also get a chance to see everything early.
pre-screening
Yeah.
before the sale.
Incentive,
They call.
right?
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, and I don't know what I'm gonna do this next time.
The treasurer.
I can always make a call.
Tasha.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just put her name. She made some suggestions about adding some things to the flyer, but I don't know if it was our art show flyer or the sponsor flyer. She said, take the names just for the art section, make it really, really big.
Oh, you should ask her, yeah, cause there's a scholarship flyer and the sponsor flyer and the auction flyer. Maybe.
She did
Yeah, yeah. And then I couldn't find the email. It was like, okay, I thought I'd just have to give
Yeah,
her a call.
text her.
You know, she said, put the website and the QR code on it.
These are great.
So for more information,
Oh,
check.
go to the website, yeah. Well, you got it on the festival one,
That's last year.
Oh.
No, yeah, that's last
so
year.
that's probably what she's referring to, is
Yeah.
to do it like that one. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I'll work on that.
Been a couple weeks, but we,
All right, I stole some of this
Packing up all my accoutrements.
Was this your pen?
Yep.
I'm putting these back in your bag.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yep, you're welcome. Should I put these in the fridge in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want anything more? No?
It was very sweet of her.
I was
I was still
so
the
far
water.
behind
She didn't
on
have
that.
to do that. I wasn't expecting snacks.
I just feel like I have missed
It's
every
right in
meeting.
the-
We got the application out, so.
I really enjoyed that.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
I have this long history with TCC.
I think you will be when we
actually
get closer to the
Took
shop.
classes, I
Okay,
mean, so
all
when
right,
they
so from
started their
like the
program, it was
managing the
at, Ann I had
jury
started,
committee.
it was at
Yeah.
Camp
All right,
Pendleton.
well, just now
And I
haven't
took
walked
courses
out of
there.
it.
And then
Tenth of the way through.
program exploded, and I don't even have a degree in art.
Absolutely.
She needed teachers, so I actually taught to design for her.
Congratulations.
One year when they were just getting, I'm not, I don't have the degrees and everything to teach it, but I just did it when they were getting it started.
And with a force.
I would
Oh,
take that
yeah.
a lot of
Like,
the art auction.
she's the reason that I'm even here.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
this opportunity, like, that I have a visual arts center.
More of that.
Yeah.
So we named our permanent collection after her.
Yeah.